All right. So since Smokie is new for me, I'm going to show you something that I do to check a horse out before I get on. Is I want him to give, I want to know that he's willing to give to the bit. And you can see he's quite light. And he untracked the hind, which I appreciate. I think there's something out there that's catching his attention, so he's moving his feet a bit more. So I just waited on him. I didn't make a big deal out of it. I just waited on him till he got light and he stopped his feet. But I'm going to check that side out again. So I'm going to bend his neck by asking him to give to the bit. And this is one of the things I want him to really understand, that he can follow this feel in it and he can keep it light. It's not my job to keep it light, it's his job to keep it light. Now I'm going to ask him to move his hind with the stirrup. So just a little bit of bumping. And when he moved his feet, he got a little bit heavy. And that's something I'm going to spend a lot of time with in the saddle. Not so much right here. I did like what he gave me. I feel like it's what I'm checking out is that it feels safe enough for me to get on and have enough control to be safe, and I think it does. So I am going to bend his neck on this side, and I'm going to stay with him as he's moving his feet. So I've got my right hand touching the saddle so that he can't pull my hand around. And I'm waiting for him to be light. He's pretty light, but he can be a tiny bit lighter. And he's going to move his feet. Oh, there we go. So he chose to move his feet instead of get light. That's fine. So in that regards, I just waited until I didn't say no to moving his feet, since moving his feet will often be what I am asking. And what he did was he moved his feet in a way that then he could rebalance his body and get light, what I would say in my hand. So he changed how he was carrying his head and his neck, using his entire body so that he was not heavy in my hand. He was not leaning on my hand. So now I'm going to ask with the stirrup, just a little bump, if he will untrack the hind. And he did, and I love that he just took one step. As soon as he moved his feet, began to move his feet, I released the stirrup, and at that moment he realized he didn't need to do any more, and he didn't. And you can see that he's yawning. So that was absolutely a perfect example of how it should be. One step, reward, no steps. It wasn't the impulsiveness of him moving and needing to move his feet more. Now, if your horse does need to move his feet a lot, just let him move it and be totally okay with it. And then when he starts to feel calm in his mind, and when he starts to get enough rewards in him, which can take as much time as it takes, he will just make that one step. So this guy Smokie here is making me look quite good. So I cinched up a little bit earlier and did some groundwork after I cinched up. So I'm good to get on.